gonna do her. Yeah.
Oh no!
Matt, what the hell was that?
Wasn't me, coach. Welcome to the Straight Red Card. Get off our lawn.
Welcome to the Straight Red Card, a show brought to you by the one and only. Oh, no, don't use that. Don't use that. That's horsey sauce.
Oh,
Use this.
yeah.
Use that.
That feels pretty good.
KY jelly. I mean, you could use horsey sauce, but wouldn't that burn? Doesn't it have kind of a burning effect to it?
Yes, of course it will.
Okay. So don't use that. It's like shampoo, except tastier. All right. Too bad Brooks and Gregg couldn't get over the many disagreements. KY jelly is the best lubrication in the business. Me and Long use Astroglide.
So Jose's upping the memes up today, and he also decided to send this one in to us.
Super excited to try this new brand of KY jelly on Valentine's Day. Gorilla Glue. Well, you won't be able to take your hands off it afterwards. Hate to tell you that.
Maybe or out of her, either one.
Maybe that's what you want, but then they're going to have to surgically remove your hand from your cock. Yeah, that's going to be bad. That's going to be bad. Any way you slice it. All right. Do we have any preliminary comments we want to take on? This show can only be an hour long tonight. So 9:15, 9:16, we're shutting down, folks. Because we got to do a tape show, a recorded show, a tape show. Yeah, tape. You know, like a VHS tape. You know what I'm saying? Like a cassette tape.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sure it might pop up in the chat at some point. My right eye looks fabulous.
EB, Brett's wife beat his ass.
Well, I went shopping and I forgot to buy the KY. So, bitch, bam! Actually, it was a backhand, which is why it's across my right eye.
I think she smashed one of your glass lenses right into your face.
Actually, it's all dirty play. I mean, I got the busted eye, but she got a busted lip. So,
oh, which lip?
Yeah.
All right.
Now, the real story is a lot less interesting.
Sure it is.
As far as I can recall.
As far as you can recall.
I
Okay.
fell asleep with my glasses on.
Uh-huh. And it woke up and you look like you fought Rocky.
Yeah.
Looked like you partied with Mike Tyson. And you said one too bitchy of a thing. And he just fucking laid out and smacked you one.
Yeah, there you go. Who said it? Where did it go? Brian had me covered. He goes, no wonder the whiskey glass is extra full today.
What, he wants another black eye? Doesn't need another one. It's not really black. It's just sort of bloody.
No, it's not really. It's just like scraped up. Like, literally, this is like right here is all my lens just shredding up against it. And right up here where this little cut's at, there's a wire in my glasses that just cut right across there.
It's
not
almost
too far from my eye.
It's almost like EB tried to fuck your eye with a dildo. And you're like, no, I won't take it there.
Ouch.
All right. Brian DeMarco, no wonder the whiskey glass is extra full today. Yes. Yeah. It isn't always this full. That's true.
Yeah. I gotta have my drink ready for the after show. So we're through this. So
fucking someone in the eye would be.
I believe it's called skull fucking.
I know. I don't think it can happen unless you're missing an eye. But then, how deep can you go? Because brain's behind it. You know, that's gross. I guess it's squishy. The brain's a squishy organ. This is getting pretty.
Just the amount of screaming while doing it. It's got to be a turnoff. God fucking damn it!
It's a pretty even sicker version of what's the movie where the guy eats brains?
Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal Lecter. Remember when he forces the dude to eat his own brain?
The guy's still alive. He's like,
eating his own fucking brain.
Oh yeah,
this is up there with that brain fucking, brain eating, brain fucking. Both pretty bad, pretty gross. Al Weinstein fucking someone in the eye would be a real sight.
Would be a real sight.
Oh man. Oh shit! I've seen some weird things on the internet over the years. I'm not even going to bring them up, but not I fucking.
So speaking of somebody who has this, mine actually looks a lot better now than what it did yesterday.
Yeah.
So speaking of somebody who heals incredibly fast,
McKenny.
we have
Wolverine.
Wolverine is coming back to practice tomorrow.
Confirms Weston McKennie is expected to return tomorrow, and that he's only put on 4 extra pounds since being sidelined. They stormed his apartment while he was asleep and took all the Twinkies. So he should be in good shape. Good shape. Only a few pounds to lose.
What they need to do is they need to close the Chipotle closest to him, so that way he has to run 3 miles to the next one.
I mean, you really think they go to a Chipotle when they get together? Seriously? That is the most disgusting fucking Mexican food, Mexican-American food, or whatever you want to fucking call it, I've ever tasted, except for what? What's the other one? Qdoba? Is that another one of those?
Yeah, it's Qdoba, that one.
Ugh, they're all gross. And they always get busted for serving shit that gives people, like, almost kills them, gives them the
best
salmonella.
Diet ever. What are you talking about?
Salmonella.
Yeah.
The turd in the background. Welcome to the Straight Red Card. Brought to you by KY. KY, use it when Gregg shoves a terrible roster so far up your ass. 48 hours. Away from all hell breaking loose. Wednesday will be my biggest intro yet. All right, Turd, we appreciate it.
I agree with that. I mean, the great thing about Chipotle and Qdoba is you get to make your own burrito. Now. So.
I get it.
Get some chicken, you get some steak, you add some rice in there of some kind, whether it's white or brown rice, your choice.
Chicken isn't cooked right. I mean, it isn't cooked with all the effective spices that you would really need. It's just plain old chicken, isn't it? It's not like
they season their chicken.
Yeah, but
I don't know. I always get the hot queso with the hot salt with all the hot shit.
All Chipotle
all that shit burning out.
It's all the McDonald's in Bloomington replaced by Chipotle. Not all of them, but some of them. Chipotle, whatever the fuck.
It's not Italian.
They replaced them.
Chipotle.
They're owned by the same company. How good can it really be?
It's much better than McDonald's. And I'll grant you this: they're both really good when you're inebriated.
Yes, that's true. Drinking does that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll eat almost anything.
Oh, there you go.
Well, wait a minute.
It's marinated.
When I work there, it's marinated. Okay. Sorry, Jose. I didn't mean to offend your former employer. But I had it a couple times, and I've hated it both times. I even made my own fucking burrito, and I'm like, this just doesn't taste right. It doesn't even taste like much of anything. So maybe I just went to a bad Chipotle. There you go. All right.
Yeah.
More comments?
It's always possible.
Pre-questions?
Well, no, I didn't have a lot of Twitter stuff to go off today.
Speaking of pre-questions, this will make you pre-cum. All right. And then the real thing later. We were talking about pre-questions. All right. I'm a little off tonight. I just didn't get much sleep last night. Yeah. So I'm a little weird. I'm sorry if I'm too weird. I'll work that out.
As per usual, this will be the longest hour show ever.
Let's hope not. I mean, we got other things to do, Chris. You know what I mean? All right.
Not we.
What?
You said we've got other things to do.
Yeah, we do. We got a show.
Yeah, we have another show for this. Yeah. So I guess let's just jump into the rumors of the day, because Berhalter was out reaching hold of all the players who are going to be called into the World Cup, and of course, there are always going to be some leaks. Whether or not these rumors are legit, we'll see.
Too legit to quit
on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. We will.
But,
I'm starting to believe some of them. Starting to believe some of them.
Some of them are not too far off of what we had, anyways. But one of them is from Nico Cantor and Michel. Gonna butcher the name. Giannone.
Yeah.
Where close that?
Giannone. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be pretty close.
Giannone. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, so they have their podcast, and they've got some inside information. And again, they might have the inside information. I mean, they work in the industry, so maybe.
It's possible.
So take some of it with a grain of salt, but some of it more with a grain of salt. This one, I think you could probably assume that it's going to be accurate.
You
I think.
think
Because
so?
this is pretty close to what I fucking have.
And it's close to the other rumors I'd already heard as well. About Tim Ream making the squad.
Oh, spoiler alert already. So all the people who didn't want Aaron Long included, was never going to happen, guys.
He wasn't even the best center back on fucking Red Bulls this year. That was Nealis. Nealis was the best center back on Red Bulls this year. Not long. Just because Berhalter likes to snuggle him some fucking long balls doesn't mean...
I remember they used Astroglide, so...
He's snuggling at that point. Nothing needed there. He's cupping him. Okay? This is just... It's ridiculous. I can't believe Long's going to make this World Cup team. I know he is,
I'm
I'm
well past that part, Derek.
I can't accept it.
I'm well past that. It was never going to flip-flop at the final hour.
I'm still upset about it. The
Never gonna
dude
happen.
cannot run like he used to, and he wasn't even that fast before his injury, and now he's slower. Okay.
Well, I mean, if your concern is his pace, then the next three center backs probably aren't going to be, tooting your whistle.
We only had one that was fast, Robinson. That was it.
Richard's pretty quick.
Yeah, but he's got whatever ailment we listed earlier in the list that I said. Can't remember what injury he had, but he's coming back from it just too late. It's just too late.
Yep.
It's too late.
Palace came out earlier or mid last week or whatever, and basically said, "Yeah, we're going to be taking this slow." He's not even back out to full practice. It was never going to happen, unfortunately for him.
Yeah.
But it hopefully comes out stronger in the end, and we move forward to the next cycle with him.
He'll be there next time, unless he's injured again.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't be the first time we've seen players get injured right before the World Cup over and over again. It happens. Some guys are just injury prone. Actually, one of the guys I don't have listed here is Chris Richards. Matt Turner, hamstring herpes B from borrowing someone's soap. Josh Sargent, Peyronie's disease, related shock. CCV, perineum soreness from excessive scratching. You know what that perineum is?
No.
You ever heard of that spot between your balls and your asshole? That's the technical name. It's the technical name for the taint. For the taint. Yeah. Weston McKennie had mastitis, which is the swelling of the breasts. It's very painful. Gregg Berhalter has excessive predictability from the system. And Sergio Dest should be back, but he wasn't, I don't think, this weekend. But he had leaky flatulence, a.k.a. swamp butt. So he'll be fine. He'll be fine. All right.
As we know, Zimmerman's going to be there.
That's
going to happen.
That was your injury update. Cameron Carter Vickers. Okay, that's fine. Although it's impossible to tell how good he is playing against any other team but Rangers. I just can't figure out when I watch some of the Celtic games. I'm like, is he good or just that Dundee United are really, really bad? Like, I can't figure it out. I'm like, is he good?
Yes.
Is he good or Livingston just fucking incompetent as hell?
Well, and the big talking point on that is like, oh well, first off, is he permanently at Celtic now, or is it still a loan?
I thought they bought him.
I know there was a talk that they were going to splash some money to get him.
Pretty sure they bought him. They bought him. I don't know. I don't have anything to check, but my memory says he would bought. But
people always talk about like, hey, if you go to Rangers, you go to Celtic, it guarantees Champions League time. Then they played Champions League and they suck donkey balls.
3 and out, 3 or 6 and out. I'm sorry.
And some I think it was combined. They had a minus 21 goal differential.
They were the worst 2 teams that made the group stage of the Champions League. Worst 2.
Yeah.
I mean, there might have been one other worse. It was like Sheriff. or something like that. But Jesus, come on.
Greg Perez says, I fancy CCV starting against Wales, probably due to familiarity. Probably played a number of them in his past, or at least players like him.
Greg Perez, do you fancy that for yourself, or do you fancy that you think Gregg will do that? Because I don't think Gregg's doing that.
I've noticed that on Twitter when people post their 26-man roster, a lot of people are adding I don't think this is what Gregg's going to do.
Thank you. Thank you all for finally doing that.
It's taken a year and a half, and we've gotten to them all.
And finally, Heath and fucking Jimmy say the same thing. How long did we say, would you quit making up your fucking Disney ass fucking squads and pretending like it's realistic? Because it's not realistic. And then now they're very clear about it. They're like, okay, this is our picks, not Gregg's. Or this is Gregg's picks, not ours.
The Disney roster term has been getting a lot of use as well. That could just be from listeners of the show, more so than it actually spreading.
Yeah.
Any news on LTE? He got back to practicing. I know that much. He's training.
Gregg and him talked on the phone, and Gregg assured him that if he was healthy, he would make the team. That's all I can tell you. That's the news I got.
Okay. I was going to say, I wasn't sure if this is one of your tearing a ball stories here. So
no, this is real and true from a good source.
Yeah. He's back training.
And you know who the source is. All right. Brett does. Nobody else does. No. Lawless. All right. I missed that one. I didn't see it even.
Oh, sorry. Celta Dan W says Celta posted he's back training.
Yeah. So. Which is all the playing he got anyhow. So
yeah.
I mean, listen, he's
back
there.
Full strength playing.
Yeah, he should make the team if he's healthy. But it is wasn't it a hamstring though? That's what worries me. Mm-hmm. Like a hamstring, you can fake that running in a straight line. Oh yeah, my hamstring's fine. But then as soon as you have to cut, that hamstring's done. And it's very obvious. So I don't know. I've had a hamstring. I could fake it, but ask me to run left to right, and I'm screwed. Dan W., we can't take all these injured midfielders. Well, who else, Dan, is injured? Let me look.
McKinney just got back.
McKinney's back. I think he's right. I think I'm a little nervous about that. But I do believe in McKinney's Wolverine powers. Yeah. I think he'll be fine. That's
not to say that he's going to go back on the field and be 90 minutes fresh and sharp. I mean, he may be playing as the McKinney we saw in the past two windows.
He's only been gone for a week.
Yeah.
Week and a half. How much form can you lose in a week and a half?
That was a quick week, but that was a quick week for us, but man, that was a long week for him.
I don't think you lose form that fast. So I think he'll be fine. I am worried about
his former United States national team hasn't been that great for the past two windows.
Nor sometimes with Juventus either.
So
he's had some pretty iffy games.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that gets better, or maybe we will see Aronson play midfield. God forbid.
So drum roll, please, for the fourth center back being leaked here. We already talked about it.
Tim Ream. Thank you, Gregg. If this is true, Gregg, thank you so much for fucking having half a fucking brain. Please. I hope this is true.
Playing in the EPL is actually doing pretty good.
Jimmy, yeah.
Maybe give him a chance. Maybe
sure, yeah. I mean, yeah. Did he do a ghost foul on goddamn De Bruyne in that game that gave them the free kick in which they lost the game? I guess he's responsible for a ghost foul because I've watched the replay about 100 times.
I thought I read that Jedi gave up the PK.
Was it Jedi?
Because
no,
Ream got
it was
spun.
Ream.
No, Ream got spun around on the first goal, and then I read that Jedi caused the foul that lost in the game.
I don't know. I watched it on my phone. You'd think I'd be able to tell the difference between
pixels does your phone have?
And Ream and fucking Robinson, but I don't know. Maybe not. It was Jedi. Shit. All right. No more watching on my phone. It's too small, apparently. But I just listening to the announcers and listening to anybody that's watched that video as well said, I didn't see a foul. So, oh yeah. Okay. So the guy that got spun was Reem and not Jedi. I thought it was
Yeah.
Jedi that got spun and Reem that gave the foul. All right, so I fucked that all.
All Americans look like.
Yeah, they do look like ants on your phone. Let's be honest. All right, next.
Continuing with the rumors, we go into left back. And it looks like they just talked about the back line or State of Football stopped posting updates to it. I'm not sure. But we got Anthony Robinson, which should surprise nobody.
No one.
Yeah. Should surprise no one.
Can't you see Reem starting alongside Zimmerman and then interacting with Robinson the way he does with Fulham? I mean,
nice. Bring in some team chemistry? Absolutely.
If Gregg doesn't see like the positives of that, I just don't understand it. I don't get it. It's like back in the day when the half of the fucking West Germany team was all Bayern players. Like, yeah, they're going to have chemistry. They'll play together.
What if
chemistry?
What if he goes with the double pivot of Adams and Musa and then throws Aronson?
There's not going to be a double pivot. You know that, and I know that.
Well, we were saying weeks ago that we don't believe that Gregg's going to bring Reem. Anything's possible, Derek.
So Jimmy Conrad said something annoying today. He said, we played a double pivot versus Saudi Arabia. No, we did not. We played a version where, on occasion, when necessary, Musa came back and was the other option for the back four. That's what we did. That's not a double pivot. That's just some guy coming back, checking back when he knows that they're fucking man marking Adams to give the back four another option. That's not a double pivot, Jimmy, and you know it. Rewatch the video. Gosh, we did not play a 4-2-3-1. We just didn't do it. We didn't do it. And we're not going to play one in the World Cup. And Charlie, I think, at least provided some sense in that part of the conversation by saying, guys, shut up. We're not playing a double pivot. I know they were all kind of joking around, but it's like, let's not even joke about that. Don't give me hope. I don't need false hope that we're going to play a 4-2-3-1.
We got it. We're pivoting it up to starting on the Wales game. This has all been just to build a false confidence for the rest of our group. And then we're going to come out and bring it to them. It's going to happen.
Yeah, right. Alex says, Derek, call Gregg RN right now and tell him to put in the guys you want. Every time you call him on the stream, it works. That'd be nice, but boy, that'd be really great. I just don't want to see Long play in a World Cup. I don't want to see the horror of it. I don't want to see the incompetence of it. I don't want to see him give away balls that shouldn't be given away. He'll make fucking what's his face on England look good. Their center back. Forgot his name. Maguire. All right. Yeah. That's not the only thing they said on that show. Oh, no. It was Lawless. Lawless said in his interview with our homeboy Sam, he said, I can't wait, and I quote, for Ferreira to have a great World Cup and shove it all in your face. Those of us who say he doesn't belong on the roster.
I hope he does too.
I'll eat it. I'll eat that shit.
The thing is criticism of previous matches does not magically go away by a string of good games.
You know what I got out of that interview with Sam? I got this, that you can criticize Gregg, but only Lawless's criticism is legit. Everybody else's criticism that he might not agree with is illegit.
Well, the opposite,
that's annoying.
The opposite of that argument is that we hope that Ferreira puts up a bunch of stinkers and we go 3 and out. No, nobody's going to be aching for that.
There will be a handful of weirdos who do. But there's even if we get out of the group and lose in the next round, there's a chance that Gregg's not going to hold on to this job. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. There are a lot of people, and I don't know if they are, Ernie Stewart and McBride. Do they believe that 4 years is the limit for a coach? I don't know. A lot of people believe that. 4 years is it. You get one cycle. You believe it, Brett. A lot of people believe it. Lawless believes it. Jimmy believes it. If I have a guy that takes me all the way to the semifinals or the quarters, I'm giving that guy a chance. So, loose asshole. You don't need any KY. Lawless is a blowhard. Ignore my profile picture. It's hard to ignore. That's that old 1993 photo, I think. Somewhere around there.
And listen, we said the exact same things about Acosta back the summer before Nations League. We were happy to eat crow, but they didn't remove the legitimacy in our eyes, at least, of the criticisms given to him.
No.
So saying like, oh, I can't wait for him to do this so he can shove it up all their asses. Well, I'm just like, okay, sure.
I thought it was much. I thought it was rich. Too rich for me. Because, okay, he doesn't actually criticize any players, so he doesn't have to worry about that. He never criticizes any players, really, except for calling them whatever after we didn't qualify for the last World Cup. Then he lost.
Any hunger that's not there. They never criticize
the spoiled boys, the tattooed stars, the America's best player ever, Wonder Boy is what he called him, Wonder Boy. Then Loss will go off. Well, I mean, Jesus, dude. Yeah, it sucked we didn't qualify for the World Cup, but that's the only time he criticized players. So I don't know if you're just trying to make friends or whatever, Wallace, but listen, our criticism of Ferreira is fucking spot on. It's spot on. He's not a real number fucking 9. He's a 10. He is a second striker at best. But we're going to take this guy to the World Cup when he looked like he was shivering his boots and nearly pissing his pants in the playoffs for Dallas. He looked nervous. He couldn't finish anything. He couldn't focus.
If you're gonna play somebody like Ferreira, then play him in a position that benefits him. Play him as the 10 or a false 9.
Yeah, but we don't do that.
I'm just saying, it's the concept of taking a player and not pulling him out of position because he is playing well. I mean, what type of striker is he playing for FC Dallas? But because he's not out in a 9 there for either, right?
It's a hybrid, and that's what he does for us too when he comes and plays for us. It's a hybrid 9/false 9. So, but if I'm going to play a false 9, I'm playing fucking Gio Reyna.
I was about to say, yeah, I was about to say. I mean, I can see playing Reyna or Aronson over top of him.
Yes, absolutely. So, there's no reason for Ferreira to be on this fucking plane. No reason. And P. Fox is going to pay for it because he ain't making this team. And yeah, I know that P. Fox got injured, and since he got injured and got back, he ain't scoring. He didn't score the game before he got injured either. But still, we need that kind of player. We need somebody who can go in the box when we got to play 2 up top at the end of the game, and you can play Sargent and P. Fox together in the box during set pieces and corners, or you can play Pethy and P. Fox together, 2 tall guys who get their head on the ball. We're going to need something like that. We're not going to dominate this World Cup. We're not even going to dominate the 2-player teams we should beat in the group. We're going to struggle against Iran. We're going to struggle against Wales. God knows what's going to happen against England. We get out of the group. Now we're playing the Netherlands or Senegal. Okay? So, yeah, you might need somebody who can win a set piece to get you the 1-2 goals that you need to win the game, because you're not going to be owning possession against Senegal or fucking
Derek. I can't wait for the U.S. to go into each one of these matches and own the possession game so it can shove it up your ass. Come on.
That would be fantastic, but it's not happening. I'm sorry. There is this thing. It's called reality, and we live in it.
Sometimes we can be a little more pessimistic than optimistic, predominantly on your end. But
yeah, it's mostly me. Mostly me.
Derek, you never know. Ferreira might actually have a good game, man.
No, it's not happening. He will shrink in the moment, just like he shrank for FC Dallas. And listen, I'm not making light of his own personal history and battle with whatever he's battled with, demons. But he doesn't have any swagger, and he definitely has a problem with confidence. And that confidence sway in Ferreira is so gigantic. When he has a bad game, man, that guy crumbles for a couple games. And he said he's even said personally, that's a battle for him. Well, I don't need a guy that crumbles. I need a guy who's going to, Pepe, who's got swagger. Sargent doesn't have any swagger at all, but at least he's highly skilled. And
he's picking up his balls now. He's picking them up.
Yeah, and I know he has, but he's also got a short memory. That's what I like about Sargent. He's like, fuck it, fucked up. So what? I'm moving on. And then PFOC, this guy who we're gifted, who plays for the second place team in the Bundesliga, maybe the third now. I don't know. They lost. I watched the game this weekend. That was horrible. 5-0, I think, drilling. I stopped watching at some point. I think it's when they took PFOC out in the 60th minute. Mm-hmm. Listen, I get it. PFOC's limited, but the moment you need him, and don't bring up the fact that he didn't score against Mexico. All right, either did Pulisic. He had a sitter too. He missed that, but nobody talks about it, and I think it's unfair. All right, boy, that really aggravated me, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, a little bit. All right, so the second left back that's been announced.
Second left back is not a left back, but a sort of last break glass when, fire is burning in the fucking school.
And that's the face that Scally's giving. Is like, fuck, I'm being placed at left back. Come on. It should at least be contender for right back at this point.
It's really funny. That's the Scally face. Like, look at almost all the photos of him. He always looks like this, and he looks like he's just doing this. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Curious now.
Oh, man.
I don't know. There's a lot of him smiling, but I see the one that we're looking at right now. But the ones he's not posing, I can see it now.
Yeah. On the field, that's what he looks like mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. All right.
It's like, shit, I've got to go up against Davies. Fuck. I made a comment because over the weekend, Davies came up with like a hamstring injury, which sucks for Canada. I don't know, sucks for the CONCACAF region as a whole. I mean, I want to see Canada do well. I know, but apparently it's not a massive hit. He'll be back in like a week.
Okay, well, I hope so, because like you, I like to see the CONCACAF region do well.
Yeah.
Even Mexico, when the U.S. are out, I'm fine with Mexico winning. Chris Gary, Scally looks like he just saw his puppy shit on the carpet. Oh, man.
I know that look.
Oh, shit.
It's usually me. It's at this point with my dog at the age she's at right now. It's usually me walking across the carpet and realizing I just stepped into a giant puddle of piss.
Yeah.
I go, fuck.
That's what this looks like, too. It looks like he could be saying, fuck. Fucking shit. All right. What do we got next?
Moving on to right backs.
Virginio Dez.
Surprise to no one.
Yep. He had to buy a lot of new underwear recently when he had swamp butt, but he's back. I mean, he'll be back for us. I don't know when he's going to be back for AC Milan. They don't seem to value him that much, but hey, he was. It's probably better he's there than Barcelona, where they wanted to beat him with soaps and pillow bags at night. They hated him so much. Derek, is the straw cat in your freezer? The straw cat?
Stray.
Oh, no, he's not. I haven't seen him for a while. Really, honestly. I'm looking at my porch right now. He's not there. But, yep, there was that one night where he showed up, and then another one, and then that was it. He gave up on me, even though I threw him some chicken one of those times, and he wouldn't take it. Oh, is that your dog snoring?
Yeah.
Sounds like the Jaws theme. All right. Great movie. If you've never seen the movie Jaws,
what have you been doing with your life?
I mean, really, come on. It's a classic.
Feel free to stop at 2. You don't need to see Jaws 3D and Jaws 4. Should never happen.
1.
And Jaws 2 is okay.
Oh, Jaws 2 is just totally.
It's a money grab at that point.
It was.
One's absolutely the classic. You could easily just stop at. I agree with you on that.
I mean, Rocky, you can go a couple deep. After that, you got to stop.
Again, 2.
Yeah, 2.
3 was like, okay. And then 4 was like, what the fuck did I? No, 4 was good. I'm sorry. I was just thinking 5. 5 was what the fuck did I just watch?
What was 4? Is that Tommy Morrison?
Drago.
Oh yeah, where he goes to Russia and he
Yeah.
lifts logs and all that
Mhm.
shit. Doesn't use real equipment, real weights or anything. He's like lifting rocks.
Yeah.
And
Running through the snowed mountains.
Yeah, he's pushing a
Good
giant
cardio.
fucking ball of snow through the. No, that didn't
No,
happen.
never.
All right.
He made a snowman, is what you're saying.
That would have been fun scene to add in there, though.
That would have been,
They're making a giant
a little bit of
snowball.
comedy. A little bit of comedy that like you're rolling a snowball and all of a sudden he's like putting a corn pipe in his mouth, and that'd been great.
You could have Paulie there with his pipe and his cigar and shit going, what the fuck are you doing?
Get back to training, you motherfucker.
You fucking dumbass. What the fuck is that? Go make a blender full of 6 eggs and drink it. Come on. Get to work, Rocky. All right.
Did you ever see Caddyshack 2? I can't imagine it being better than the first one.
I did not. And this is going to be sacrilege, but I'm not that big of a fan of the first one.
It's got so many good one-liners that you can quote at any point.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's a little too goofy for me. I like some of it.
Yes, of course. That was that entire generation of movies.
Well, if we're going to stick with those guys, like Bill Murray, I'm going with Groundhog Day.
I love Groundhog Day. That was a great movie.
Fucking amazing movie.
Phenomenal.
Yep.
Ghostbusters good.
First
Scrooge.
Ghostbusters.
Scrooge was great.
Yep. Scrooge was great.
Hey,
remember?
Ghostbusters 2 had its moments. I like Ghostbusters 2.
Favorite part in Scrooge when the cast brings up the little was it chipmunk? And they're like, yeah, the antlers won't stay on. He said, did you try Staples? That's such a fucking great movie. He's such a bastard in that movie. It's perfect. Anyhow, Bill Murray, he kept making great movies. I mean, what are we talking about?
Sure. Not a whole.
With the Coen brothers.
I mean, I even thought movies like was it Broken Flowers? Is that it? Lost in Translation was good.
What's the movie with all the zombies and shit? Where he's the last celebrity alive.
Zombieland.
Is that it?
He's in Zombieland.
Where they accidentally
he portrays a zombie and they kill him.
Yeah, they shoot him on.
Yeah, Zombieland. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see that role coming. I don't know. Anyhow, all right. Next, DeAndre Yedlin. Yeah, we know he's making it. Reggie Cannon. Now we get to one of those maybe not situations.
This was the talking point we had before the show started, because Derek had 5 center backs on his list, and only 4 backs.
You only need 4.
And my point was, Cannon can play both.
Yeah, but you don't need him at right center back anymore. If you're bringing Timmy Reamy to play the left center back spot, you got Zimmerman in the middle. You can play either one of those CCV or whoever you want on the right center back. But fuck that. I'm not playing Cannon. I'm sorry. Just not. What has he proven to us when he's played for the U.S. men's national team? That he's not very good. That's what he's
some
proven.
Average games and occasional some good ones.
What is the thing he is really good at? Name it. Exactly. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
He used to be getting up into the attack and doing something like crossing, or not even crossing. Nobody on our team is good at crossing.
Well, as a right
How
center
is that
back,
possible?
as a right center back, he's not going to be moving up the field and crossing. And he's not good out of the back. He can't pass it out of the back. He's not skilled. He isn't tactically adept. I mean, can he shoot? I don't think I've ever seen him shoot.
It's a bit of irony. Cannon with no shooting power. Although he did have that one nice goal that he did shoot from outside the 18.
All right.
It was Cannon, right? It wasn't Moore. It was Cannon, right?
I don't know. My memory's not that good. Here's another guy that's not making this team. Moore. Nope. I had Dest, Cannon. I had Dest, Yedlin, Scally, Jedi.
I had the 5 backs that were listed here, and my center backs, instead of CCV, because I wasn't sure where CCV was as far as health, I had McKenzie, and then without Cannon would have been EPB.
Well, now that you know that CCV is healthy, you're not taking McKenzie still, are you?
No.
You're taking...
I'm still taking CCV.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Neither of them have... I don't know. Both of them, neither of them really had blown me out of the water with performances for the national team.
I hope Gregg takes 5 and forgets that Long was on the plane. That's what I think. I hope happens. Where
Yes,
are we?
Alex, my wife did.
With a dildo.
Got a little out of hand. We had to reel it back, and I had to say my safe word. But
Yep. Now she had the strap on and Brett was deep throating it, and then it popped out and bam, right in the eye. They have some weird stuff going on there at the Corbett house.
Go big or go home.
That's what she said. Yeah. That's
right.
why you got a black eye. Yeah.
And we don't need this one from Brett W. We already talked about Ream.
Yep.
Here's an interesting rumor. Apparently, Paul Earl is not training with the he's training away from the current players in camp, and could possibly not make the roster.
Well, then why would he bother training away from
at all? Them? Yeah,
that's weird. I don't get this one. If he is training away from the rest of the current players in the camp, does he have a horrible case of fucking herpes? I just don't understand why that would be happening unless they want to work on very specific things with him, like, say, crossing. That would be a good idea. Just have him cross all day.
Is he injured or maybe COVID?
I don't think you'd have him training if he had COVID.
He could be practicing on an isolated field. Hey, Ariel, just go run some sprints. Thank you. I appreciate it.
If that were the case,
in 3 to 4 days, you can join us again.
That were the case in our area, I'd say, fuck off, I'm out of here. kiss my dick. I'm done. Because I think most people have Areola making this roster.
Now it looks, if this is true and he's not going to make the final roster, it looks like maybe it's going to be Morris.
Okay, who's the source on this, though?
U.S. men's national team takes.
No, then this is incorrect.
Again, I told you, the rumors, some of them will be bigger grains of salt than others. Take it for what it is. It is a leak/rumor, as Chris Gary points out. So,
okay, it is a leak/rumor. It's a urine rumor. That's what
maybe he twisted his ankle and he was off the sideline on a bike instead. Who knows?
Maybe he had really bad gas and none of the other players wanted to be around him, so they had to ship him.
Always possible.
Maybe he had swamp butt.
And don't need to talk about Scalia here. So those are all the leaks and rumors that I have right now.
Okay, that's not bad.
So
you want to name her 26?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, before we get to that, how are you enjoying this daylight savings time?
Kind of fucked me over a bit.
It fucking blows, dude. It's dark at 5:30. Yeah, I got an extra hour of sleep. So what? Now it's dark.
Dude, I was driving home today for picking up my daughter at my parents' house. Driving home, so over the weekend we had this huge fucking windstorm, and it blew. My neighborhood is one of those neighborhoods that everybody blows all their leaves out to the street, and then some company comes up, sweeps them all up, and takes them wherever.
They all ended back up in your yard.
I mulched all of my leaves. I mulched them and put them up so they can decompose, break down, and then I spread them out later on in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
Windstorm occurred this weekend. My entire front lawn and my driveway was just littered with leaves. I'm like, God damn it. So I'm like having to rake all that shit back out to the street because I'm like, I can't mulch anymore. I don't have any more space to put these mulch fucking leaves at.
You need a blower.
I have one. Unfortunately, it requires me to be plugged into an outlet, which sucks.
I thought you were going to say your wife.
Yeah. So raking them is just as easy. They're all dead leaves. They just, the wind pushes them along. But yeah.
Yes.
No, I had to deal with that. It was kind of annoying. And the problem was I'm driving home from work with my daughter. She's asleep in the car. And I'm looking at the sun, and it's already at the horizon. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, it sucks. You get home, you sit down, have a sandwich, and it's dark outside. You're like, God damn it. What the fuck? I hate this part of the fucking year. It's so depressing because you go to work and it's dark later on, and then you wake up when you leave work, it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people need fucking sunlight, motherfuckers. What's up with this daylight savings time? It should be the other way, the other direction. All right.
So as we do our 26 here, Derek, do you want to talk about by position the players who probably haven't earned it, since we haven't really talked about that yet?
Yeah, we'll do that by position. I think. By the way, you should show off your shirt. Yeah, get the Indy 11 original. Ooh. Yes.
One of my 2 articles of Indy 11 clothing. Actually, one Indy 11 clothing, and then I have a couple of BYB, and then I have the old school racing Indy shirt.
Yep, I still have my old scarf. Old scarf.
I still got the original green and black scarf, the one that says Racing Indy on it.
Yeah,
that's old school.
That is badass. If you have one of those around and you're walking the
stadium,
one
of 100.
Yep, if you're walking the stadium wearing that, then I know you were around at the very beginning.
Yeah.
All right, so we're picking 3 out of this. Turner and Stefan are obvious, and then rumors have it it's Johnson, even though Horvath's outplayed Stefan. In the championship.
So I mean that's where I wrote Horvath, because that's who I would take in this situation, and that's nothing against Johnson per se, but I just maybe that one match in that June window or whatever that Horvath played that had that stinker of a goal.
Yeah, he got he's statued.
Maybe that rubbed Berhalter the wrong way. But I could see him bringing Johnson, especially with Johnson at camp in front of Berhalter for 3 weeks leading into the World Cup. So,
yeah, I think it's Johnson. I mean, just to be realistic.
I mean, I'm being realistic there. Yeah.
Honestly,
Horvath. Do you think Horvath earned it?
Yes.
Yes.
He did earn it. Stefan did not. Although people are going to say,
thank you. I was going to say,
yeah, he played really well for the last 2 months. But hey, that's fine. But not last game. He didn't.
Well, last 2 months.
Last
couple of games.
4 games, 3 games.
He's been injured for the last 2 months.
I mean, he's still making really bad errors on occasion, coming out when he shouldn't come out, not getting the ball. That makes me nervous, and it makes me even more nervous because if he's coming, Gregg's going to start him. Nervous. So, please give me some Matt Turner starting.
It was it's interesting that you picked Stefan, because obviously most people would be like contention between Johnson and Horvath, that situation. But to your point, I think Stefan's been hit and miss, especially with his national team performances. Obviously, I mean, we didn't leak in too many goals as a whole, although I think bulk of those were because of Turner was playing. But I don't know. I would be including Horvath here.
I would. You know what I do? I leave Stefan home. That freaks some people out, but that's what I do. I'd say, listen, motherfucker, 3 good games in a season doesn't get it for me. You're out.
I know there were some people that were saying Josh Cohen should get called in.
Well, listen, what Cohen does for his team in Israel is great, but
his performance against Juventus was stellar.
Yeah, he's really small for a fucking goalie. I was surprised how small he was.
I may have missed another one before that, but bring Cohen. Oh, there you go. Cohen is better than Johnson too.
Yeah, I haven't seen enough. I've only watched the Champions League games that he played. And yes, he was impressive in one of them that I watched. And I think I watched 2 total. And the other one, he was kind of basically average. Didn't do anything dumb. The goals weren't his fault. So didn't do anything spectacular either. But he can't be much over 6 foot. He's quite small, I think, for a goalkeeper. At least that's what it looked like to me. Maybe I'm wrong. But that doesn't mean anything. I mean, we had the guy for Real Salt Lake for ages who was amazing, and he was 5'10".
If that.
Yeah.
Wearing stilettos.
Yes. All right. Let's do next position. This is just defenders in general, huh?
In general, yeah. So
let's
just do backs real quick. We already talked about this.
Des is going. Yep. Yes.
And we said, we know the Cannon's included.
We do. We know Cannon's included for sure.
According to the rumors from Michelle Cantor.
Where's Ream on this?
I think they're going.
There's no Ream.
Well, we can get more. It'll be here.
There we go. Tell you got fucked, Miazga, because he had a way better season than fucking Long did in MLS.
Yeah, I know.
Vines is injured,
but he didn't see eye to eye with Berhalter, so
and he said so. He said so.
Yeah.
Unlike Brooks, I'm shocked that we have not heard Brooks actually come out and say something yet.
So there's one,
because he knows
2,
he's
3,
not going, unless Brooks thinks
4.
he's going to the next World Cup and wants to keep his pie hole shut. But he'll be what, 36? I mean, shit, Ring's 35, I guess. So.
Anything's possible, I guess, but
yeah,
unlikely.
Richard's injured too long. No, Vine's injured.
Yep.
What do we got space for right now?
Nothing. I went in and marked everybody we talked about earlier because the defense is the only thing we really talked about so far.
Yeah, Bello.
We've talked about all the other players that
Bello should just be dropped from this.
Yeah, Bello, Vine. We've talked about the injured players. We've talked about JAB ad nauseum. McKenzie, I think, kind of got screwed over here a bit.
But so will EPB.
EPB, yep.
So will Trusty.
Yeah, Trusty's playing lights out in championship right now.
I mean, they're all within a shout's worth. And if you only bring 4 center backs, Zimmerman, Long, Ream, and CCV, and then you brought Cannon, who's whatever, I guess a center back for Boa Vista. So,
well, I mean, Berhalter has a history of bringing five backs, including Cannon, though. So, going off history, I guess.
That's why I say 5 backs.
Yeah, Cannon, like I said.
I don't think Cannon makes it. I think McKenzie or EPB or Trusty. No, not Trusty. EPB or I think Cannon's out, and we'll know on Wednesday. And I think either EPB or McKenzie's the 5th center back. There's no point in having Cannon there because he's not going to come in for Dest. That's Yedlin. And he shouldn't come in for Jedi. And then if we
there have been games where Cannon has come in over Yedlin for Dest.
Yeah.
And I know this is different because it's the World Cup and Dest is going to play as long as he can play. Yeah. I'm just going off of history, so
it's the World Cup. He's not playing.
But stop trying to apply logic to Berhalter. He's going to play it. He's going to bring Cannon.
I don't know.
Berhalter's
I'm not convinced. I'm giving Gregg too much credit here. I don't know. We'll find out on Wednesday, won't we?
I think we will.
And it's going to be announced on ESPN again?
Yeah,
or
CBS? I'm sure it is. But I guess to your point, and I'll make an argument along with you here, because if you're going to go to a 3-back, why even include Cannon in that sense? Why not include another actual center back at that point?
Yep.
So I mean, I understand where you're coming from. I'm just going strictly off of Berhalter's history.
If Cannon makes the team, it's just for shits and giggles, and because everybody likes him a lot. That's it. He's going to be a locker room guy.
He's playing week in, week out in a top 5 league. So
not well.
Well,
he's limited. If you can't figure out that Reggie Cannon is not you, Brett. If people can't figure out how limited he is as a player at this point, I don't know what to say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to say. So, all right.
You don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say.
So this is going to be tricky because it's midfield strikers. So they don't. This doesn't break down. Yes, this doesn't break down the midfields and the strikers. What this grants you the ability to do is to say list somebody who can play in the midfield and as a striker at the same time. So you have a Reina who can play in the midfield, but Berhalter's ultimately going to place him as one of the wing/strikers. So this just grants you the option to say, here's all of our midfield strikers.
Did you put Tillman on there?
I haven't done anything yet.
Oh, I'm sure he's on there somewhere.
It'll be down here at some point. So
all right.
Just go down the list here.
Pulisic, yes. Reina, yes. Aronson, yes. McKennie, yes. Musa, yes. Adams, yes. Weah, yes. Oh, boy.
We're gonna skip on Jordan here for a second.
I don't think Morris is going to make it. Sargent's going, though.
Let's see what happens with that Areola rumor. That was pretty meaty.
It was, but Sargent's going, and so is Pepe.
Yeah. And we
Ferreira's-
know Ferreira's going.
Yes.
It's, again, I'm applying Greggism.
Lucio can go suck it. Roldan can go roll in the hay. They left Conrad. He made this list. All right.
It's everybody in there.
Somebody's
There's Costa. Costa's going to be
somebody's
there.
smoking better weed than I have. LDT.
So if
LD
your argument was that if De La Torre was back and practicing and playing, he'll be included.
Yes.
And we have rumors that he's back at training at this point.
So yes, let's do him.
Let's go and mark him, I guess.
And if I got to pick somebody else out of this group.
We got 2 more.
Areola. I don't know about that rumor.
Into the room, yeah. I have Ariel on my list as well.
Until it's confirmed. That's what Gregg would do if he's healthy.
Who is?
Areola.
Oh, yeah.
He's going. If he's not healthy and there is something wrong, then it's going to be Tillman, I think.
Okay, so this is a big question. Is it going to be Tillman, Roldan, or Morris? Because I feel like it's got to be one of those 3 on the Berhalterisms.
Well, Morris had a horrible season. Tillman
Hasn't stopped him from being called up these past X windows, you know?
Tillman ate lunch or dinner with Gregg just only a month ago. Did Morris make that jack-off team with the U20s that they're doing?
Yeah, he's out there in the training, yeah. So Roldan and Morris are both training. That's what I'm saying. Chambers WI Wisconsin says Tillman's rumored to be locked in.
That could have been part of the deal when Tillman made that decision. So
yeah, it's the Green decision at that point. It's the same thing that Klinsmann made with Green.
Yeah. Okay. I believe it. Click Tillman.
So that's our 26. That leaves off Berhalter favorite Roldan, who I guess just came back from injury, had like 1 or 2 games at the end of the season, and then the training with Berhalter. So he may not be back up to his mediocre self.
But if Areola doesn't make it, then it's Roldan or Morris. I think Pfocht is fucked.
Capcom's saying Roldan and Morris are both in, so that would require like a Luca De La Torre and a Tillman to come out probably.
Yeah, who you taking out, God
Areola,
Snake?
if that rumor is true.
God Kong Snake, who are you taking out so Roldan and Morris can get in? Based from our picks here.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's one of those things like they're both in. I don't think he's saying it because he likes them by any means. So no.
No, I don't either.
Okay.
But I'm
yeah.
just trying to even from a logical viewpoint.
Again, yeah, maybe the issue is Luca De La Torre is just coming back and there, and then maybe there is actual substance to the Paul Areola issue.
If that's the case for both of those guys, then yeah, Roldan and Morris could make this team. But Areola's in unless he's hurt. And Luca De La Torre is told he's in unless he's hurt. So if those two things
watch your mouth, Satan.
Oh, no, we are not. Gregg, you better not, Gregg, take out Sargent, mother. I know we didn't have a good game last weekend, but he just got back from injury. You got to take all the other games you saw before that into account too, Gregg. You better, motherfucker. If Sargent doesn't make this team, we're going to have a really good show on Wednesday.
Chris,
Thursday night.
Yeah. That's also the great thing. It's coming out. Everybody else is going to have their quick
Wednesday
run to it. We have time to soak it in and mull it all over and go from there. Chris Gary does say, assume Ariel and Luca De La Torre are out.
Well, I can't assume that, Chris, because LDT, as Brett pointed out earlier, is practicing again. And then Areola could only be training on another field. That could be a rumor, number one. It could be they're trying some different, they are working with him specifically on something specific, or he could just have swamp butt. We don't know. So I don't want to assume. I had an old boss who once I said, I assumed this. And he said, you know what assuming is? And he wrote out assume. And he put a line between ass, you, and me and assume and said, you know what assuming does? It makes an ass out of you and me. So let's not assume anything any longer. Now we can do projections with context. So I'm just kidding around here, but yeah. I don't know if I can assume those two things yet, is what I'm saying contextually, because I don't have the information necessary to make that assumption. So that's what we end up with.
Yep.
All right, at an hour and 42, 43, 44, we're not doing bad here, unless you're going to pour on some fucking Twitter.
We'll just run through some Twitter real quick.
All right.
It's just lightning round, Derek.
Hey, check the Dropbox real quick.
All right, one sec.
See if that video's in there. Refresh.
No.
What the fuck is going on with Dropbox, man? This is the weirdest shit ever. All right, so we're going to play the actual full version next show of the single in high fucking fidelity. We had it set up. I put it in Dropbox so Brett could play it tonight at the very end of the show as we close. But no, Dropbox refuses to let Brett see, even when I give him my account information, which is what I assume you're still in.
No, I was looking at myself. Hold on.
Yeah, break into mine.
Break in. Let's move down through this while I'm doing that, okay?
All right.
There's two of them in the row right there for you.
All right. Jose, West keeps coming back early. My fear is that he's pushing his body to the extreme and coming back still hurt and out of shape. I don't buy this Wolverine superhero Disney land shit. Hopefully he's good, though. Listen, Jose, it's not Disney because it's already happened. He has routinely come back in half the time or 75% of the time earlier, or 25% earlier, excuse me, than projected. So it's something he's done before. So I'm just going to say it's a good chance that happens again. And he's already back with Juventus, so practicing. There you go.
Hey, Derek, is She's a Crown in the Brando album songs folder?
No.
Okay.
Nope,
it's not there either.
It's bullshit. All right, Bentley says...
Hold on one second. He goes, I don't buy it, he's hurt. Well, you don't buy it? You don't buy it, he's hurt. Basically saying you don't buy that he's healing fast. You're saying that he's hurt. Because I came out whenever he was announced injured, I came out and said, I don't buy that he's hurt. I joked around and said, he's out there doing cartwheels already. And the Juve medical staff's like, well, you just can't come out and say that he was hurt for like 10 seconds. We got to milk this for a little bit.
He's going to be fine, Jose.
Yeah.
Bentley. Leaks going around that Nico Cantor's podcast announced some names, CCV, Reem, Scally, are on the roster. What's going on with Dest? Supposedly he isn't fit for their next match, and nobody knows how serious it is. Again, with Dest, he just has swamp butt. He will be fine. He will be back. Honestly, I haven't heard anything about it being serious. I'm not sure he would play regularly for them anyhow sometimes. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate it. We'll get the high def thing.
And if you guys didn't catch it last week, just go to YouTube. You can watch the music video there, but then we'll get the high def one for Thursday's show.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I think we're fine here. I think if it was bad, we would know by now. Or we would have heard something like, oh shit, this is sketchy, but we haven't. So my final roster prediction, I think at long last, I finally channeled my inner Gregg to get it. And did it hurt? That's my question, Chris. Did it hurt?
First timers,
Yeah, to get a Berhalter roster,
KY.
100% right. I just don't see Gregg calling in Reem. He doesn't give Gregg as good reach around as Aaron Long does.
All right, so goalkeepers look identical. Let's see, Dest, Robinson, Scally, Vickers, Cannon, Zimmerman, McKenzie.
Mm-hmm.
This was before the rumors came out, though. Long and Yedlin. So, yeah, basically, instead of McKenzie, it's Reem.
Who
apparently does give good reach rounds.
Yes, Reem. I just don't see Cannon making this roster. Maybe I'm just giving Gregg too much credit. I don't know.
Hey, maybe he's not included, and you're saying 5 center backs at that point.
Yes. So he
maybe
replaced by Ream.
It's just possible. Maybe he looks at Cannon, the versatile, playing right back and center back.
Hey, Ream can play left back. He did this year for Fulham.
Hasn't really worked out well for the national team though.
I know, but he was fairly competent at it for Fulham.
Pulisic, Reina, Aronson, McKinney, Musa, Adams, Weah, Sargent, Pepe, Ferreira, Roldan, Areola, Acosta, Tillman. Who got left off in there? Those are words, I think. Look at the day of Latorre.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's very possible. Like we said, it's possible he's just not back. So.
Yeah, Weah's on there, Reina's on there, yeah. Okay.
Then it's Disney, Slonina, Turner, Stefan, Das, Robinson, Scaloni, Carter. Nothing. EVB's there. Instead of Long, I'm assuming. It is instead of Long, yeah. Costa, Mr. Cardosa, Johnny Soccer himself.
Makes it. Jordan makes it.
Yeah.
P-Flock.
No, yeah, right there, yeah. Jordan.
Everything else Ferreira still on this team.
Yeah, he's got a 4 striker pool there.
Even in Disney, huh? Okay. All right. Well, I get it.
Yeah. Alex Martinez.
World Cup starts next week. What do y'all have planned on? Where are y'all watching game? Any live streams and soccer pub at a soccer pub? I don't know if there'll be live. I'm sure we might do something live here and there. Brett, that's up to Brett to figure out. I'm not sure how to do that, but
well, I'm going to watch at least the first game at a friend's house. He's got a nice 96-inch screen projector.
Have I been invited yet?
I'm sending him the text tonight, actually.
Come on, Chad.
I meant to send it earlier, but
what's up, Chad?
Hey, Chad. Derek wanted to invite himself to your house. Is that cool?
God, it's not like I won't be nice.
Nice surround sound. It'll be a good experience.
All right.
And I saw my brother, and he's like, "Yeah, I was just planning to go on Chat Tap." And I'm like, "Man, that place is gonna be fucking packed."
Yeah, that's gonna be ridiculous.
That's gonna be nuts. I did go to Chat Tap for the Algeria game, U.S. Algeria game in 2010. That was a fucking blast.
I went to one at Michael's Uptown in Bloomington that year, and it was a blast. It was fun. I will say that. A little piece from the SI article where they interviewed U.S. women's national stars. I wonder what T.T. Aldridge thinks about it.
Berlin. Hold on, I'll click on it in a second. But Hugh and Vaney is the one asking this question.
Oh, Hugh and Vaney. Rapinoe and I know this is going to be a trick one. Beat your meat on the U.S. men's national team in the World Cup. It's a shame that they are representing U.S. soccer in the World Cup. They don't deserve it. The women are the best soccer team in the world. It should be us there. No, she didn't say that.
But it was her and Beat Your Meat.
I did get. Well, you helped me get. I knew that was going to be a trick one. I knew it was. Beat Your Meat. Yeah. Bia.
What was the question? I mean, the answer says it all. It says it's their take on what the men being in the World Cup.
Should be the women.
It should be the women
in the men's World Cup.
In the men's World Cup. Yeah.
Okay.
Berlin, glad to see you here at 3 a.m.
Yeah. Are we done? Nope.
Clayton Paul says, I can already see the tweet, probably Justin Moran, of the lineup of 11 snubs and versus 11 certain players on the roster, and the snubs lineup being far superior.
I don't see it being superior.
11 snubs, man. That's
a lot of snubs.
And it's got to be 11 snubs by position. So, I mean, you'd have to find... Yeah, that's
potential snubs, McKenzie, Trustee, Sands. These aren't snubs to me, but people will consider them snubs. T-Fock, Haji Wright, Joe Scally, if he doesn't make it, Shaq Moore, Brooks, that's a snub. Tillman, Morris, Mihailovic, Richards. So there's that. I mean, Richards not healthy, so.
All right. Greg Clownhalter. Do you guys see Greg's comments in The Athletic about being shocked with some fans reacting poorly to the friendly loss against Mexico in the early days of his tenure? Said you don't get that type of reaction in club soccer, and he was caught off guard by the criticism. Yeah, he said that a couple times.
Yeah.
In a couple of interviews.
That's a tone deaf
That
statement.
shouldn't have been a shock and a surprise, especially when you're talking about, especially with the way the system is set up with Nations League now. You have very few opportunities to play in friendlies to really change things up. If I recall correctly, wasn't this the beginning of his tenure? He was playing Tyler Adams as a right back.
This isn't shit you admit.
And yeah, no, 100%, I agree on
This
that.
is not. This is shit you keep to yourself. You don't even tell.
In club game, you can lose game after game, and people don't bitch.
You don't even tell your assistant coach who's your best buddy this shit. You keep that shit to yourself, and you certainly don't say it to the press because it does not make you look very good. It makes you look ignorant and naive, and that's not good. I guess what he's saying is, I'm not that naive anymore. Well, congratulations. You shouldn't have been in the first place. So.
Greg follows up with, I don't remember being mad that he was trying new things. I was disappointed that he decided to start his tenure with a glorified passing drill against Mexico, and stubborn made the team stick to it. That he made the team stick to it.
What was his famous quote? Be brave out of the back.
Yeah. That's always been the trend with Greg, though.
Yeah, he's a stubborn fuck. There's no doubt about it. Huge and Veiny,
Nope.
live.
Chris.
Oh, who needs cocaine when you can watch Leeds? What a great game that was. I'm going to miss watching them during the international break when watching Berhalter ball. Me too.
Man, there was I have it on my feed. Men in Blazers covered that last goal scored.
Oh yeah, that was fantastic. Yeah.
Did you watch his clip?
Oh yeah, he was just hyped.
Man, I quoted the line. He goes, "To watch Leeds is to feel alive and always be cognizant that we are all going to die." And I said, an apt description of watching Leeds under Jesse Marsh, if I've ever heard one.
Yes. In Leeds, this world, there is no God.
Oh
There's only pain and misery.
That man,
There's no respite. But it's fun to watch as hell. I mean, we'll talk about it. Local man fucks America.
He says, my system, now watch this bounce pass.
Quite good. Quite good. Okay.
Not sure if I catch that.
Yeah, I don't either.
England, Philadelphia.
Is there a Welsh guy on?
Don't tread on me, type of thing.
Is there a Welsh guy on the Union I don't know about? All right. Don't get it.
Let's see here.
I stepped in shit. That's a good one. I didn't see that coming.
Wow.
Okay.
Sorry. It said go back to local man. Aaron Hall said. Hopefully everybody can see that. All right.
I don't get it. All right.
I still don't understand that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, could that be it? Sucking up penalties? I don't know. Could be.
Okay. All right. Well, that looks to be it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the election. What am I, stupid? I'd be stupid.
Well, yeah. Yeah, we're not talking about the election. Yeah.
No.
Games going on. I'm excited for World Cup.
Answer me.
Line boys, support boys. Okay, yeah. I mean, it doesn't actually ask anything about the election. You just talk about it.
Answer me this. Why do you guys hate? Hate what?
Hashtag Aaron Long and Christian Roldan.
They
are goo.
Why do we hate?
They are goo.
We don't hate here. None of us hate. neither Brett or I care enough about anybody's existence enough to hate them. Unless they're like Hitler or they do horrible shit, like rape and stuff like that. I can hate somebody like that. But this is soccer. I'm not going to take hate. Hate ain't my thing. I avoid hate.
I don't hate either of the players, quite frankly. And that's my whole talking point for that is really we may be critical on players by saying that insert player here. Let's just say Cristiano Ronaldo, saying he's not good enough to be on the national team as a 26-man roster. Not saying that he couldn't play on the national team at some point and do well, but saying that he's not in contention for that 26-man roster is not an insult to him. He might take it as an insult.
Oh, I'm sure you would.
I'm not good enough to make the 26-man roster. Not even in my prime back in the day before I had two knees.
Yeah, but Brett, that's pushing it.
But Brett,
you're pushing it. Listen, you never played professional soccer, so
I could have.
You might have.
Hot dog.
Flatulence. All right. We will be back on Thursday. We'll be back before that because we're putting out a Leeds show as well. But thank you for all joining us during these tumultuous times leading up to Gregg's big announcement. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your grandma. And we would play the high fidelity version of the song, but fucking Dropbox sucks balls. All right.
You want to sing it for us live, Derek?
No, not really. Unless you have the accompanying music. And still, my vocals are doubled on that. So, because otherwise they don't sound as good. That's why John Lennon doubled almost everything he did until like the White Album. That's where I stole that idea from. All right, until the next time on the Straight Red Cards, thank you for showing up. We'll see you soon.
You're gonna do her. Yeah.
Oh no!
Man, what the hell?